Hey everyone, and welcome back to day 3 in the Zachary Hughes Rose Petal case. And lo and behold, Zach was actually mentioned in his own trial today. Did they finally get to tell you about the unaliving, how it happened, when it happened, how he did it? No, not really. So what did we spend day 3 in a murder case talking about? Well, the very important misdemeanor charge of harassment. Yesterday ended with the lead detective. We had cell phone data, Cellbrite data, the lead detective to wrap everything in a nice bow and give it to us. So we are almost at the end. According to Pretty Lies and Alibis, today, 10 p.m., when we'll start up again, we'll have cross-examination of the lead detective. Then we'll have the medical examiner with all the DNA stuff, and then the state will rest. So we are 90% done with the state's case so far. The last day was 45 minutes talking about envelopes with the same content that they just said what's in it, some nudie pics of the decedent with a website advertising for some escorts. Yes, I'll buy it. They harassed this woman. They were in a horrific custody battle, and they spread these nudie pics that allegedly Mr. Mello had taken from of her. It was pictures in various states of undress, maybe some where there was a male participant in as well. Send it to her fiance, send it to other people to try and harass her. Bingo bango, you proved that part. But I don't care. I tried looking it up yesterday. Even the worst harassment, according to South Carolina law, is a misdemeanor, 3 years in prison, or $1,000 fine, or a combination of these two. Why have we spent maybe 50-60% of the state, the prosecution's part of the case to prove this guy helped an ex-husband mail some photos to try and ruin her reputation because of a custody battle? I don't know. Why haven't we talked about how they think he did it? Because they have all this stuff where they saw someone riding a bike. Then they 5 hours later saw this guy with a bike in the back of his car. But that doesn't mean anything, because they haven't even shown me conclusively it must be the same bike. Then we have him on a trail cam 2 days before, wearing a hoodie that's clearly not the hoodie that the one they claim did it was wearing. It's clearly a different hoodie. They believe that's the same hoodie. They have no explanation how he could just walk straight in through the front door in the house of a woman he didn't know. Nothing. They just allege because he did this harassment thing with the ex-husband sent him the address of the decedent. He had the address, he must have done it. We had the envelopes. Yes, they harassed her. He sent it from Knoxville. He sent it from South Carolina. We had a postmaster general confirming they were sent from South Carolina. They were sent from Knoxville. Big whoop-de-hoop. Then we had a cell tower guy showing us that he probably was these places when the mail was shipped. Again, bang, get him on harassment. 3 years in prison and $1,000 fine. I don't care. I've sat here for 3 days now trying to figure out how, when, and why he unalived her. Still haven't gotten closer to that. Then we had the Cellbrite guy actually providing a Cellbrite report, which we see in every other case except in Massachusetts. That report showed he Googled Carmen Electra Baywatch. He used a VPN. He had long conversations with Mr. Mello, who he was helping restoring a house for. This guy is a pianist. Mr. Mello is some kind of music producer or something. Could those people have conversations? Yes. Could they also be talking about harassing this woman, sending these envelopes to try and help him in his custody battle? Yes. I buy the harassment. 100%. They were shitty to her because they were in a custody battle. Ain't the first time we heard about that one, is it? But a custody battle that goes into a murder story, I need that bridge. That allegedly came in with the lead investigator who was looking at unscrambled WhatsApp messages. When you delete a WhatsApp message, it'll show you the words in the message. So if you have, for example, a message saying, have a nice day, and you delete that and Cellbrite brings it back, it could come back in this form. You have done enough Wordle to figure out this could probably mean have a nice day. But the problem with this lead investigator was the messages he thought that he could interpret in a negative way. He could clearly see what they were saying. Well, do this and harass her and blah, blah, blah. Only problem was he added words and didn't use some of the words in the unscrambled text. Can't really do that. One of them was so long, I tried to write it into ChatGPT. That couldn't even come up with an unscrambled sentence out of the words. So how accurate is this? It's mostly guesswork. And in none of them did it state anything about unaliving someone. They were talking openly about harassing her with the envelopes, shipping them, how he should conceal himself when he went to ship them. Funny enough, the messages they believe are damning and proves the murder, they switched to code language. According to the lead detective, finally the defense jumped up and yelled objection, speculation, because he claimed, how did the music resets go? It was okay, I'll tell you on the phone. Is code word for I stabbed a B word. I'm calling you later. The only two texts in code word were those two that have absolutely no discernible meaning that could mean stabulating someone, not even in my depraved mind. Exactly those words were code. They objected to it. Then the state did another thing that was such a BS move. They asked him about, did they have a custody battle? Yeah. Well, what could be the easiest way to make sure she didn't get custody? Well, unalive her. Objection again. No. Do you know what could possibly be the worst thing in a custody battle? Where you have a pretty good chance of winning, because we know it was overturned later. The worst thing you could actually do is have your partner drop off the planet, because who becomes number one suspect in that case? You. You would want your partner to have the best time of her life when you're in a custody battle, and lose the custody battle, of course. But you don't want them to drop off the planet because you are an instant suspect in case they do. But this lead detective said, well, have her disappear, which is BS. The defense finally objected again. The lead detective, to me, was rank speculation. They have nothing proving he was at the house, that he did it. Today, we'll get the cross-examination of the lead investigator. I hope the defense finally brings something. Allegedly, according to Pretty Lies and Alibis who are in the courtroom, after the lead investigator, it's the ME, bringing in all the DNA evidence. The DNA evidence has to be 1,000,000 times waterproof, super strong. They can't touch it with anything because all they have proven is harassment. There's no way they have proven this guy on a live term. The DNA is what needs to sell me on the red rum. I buy the harassment. I'll say send him whatever you do normally in South Carolina. It's a maximum of 3 years and $1,000 fine that you can get. It's a misdemeanor. But after 3 days, I can say I have seen no evidence so far this kid on a live term. The DNA should be under her fingernails. It's going to be very important. What they found the other places. Did they find DNA on his bike? Did they find it on one of the stabulators found in his home? Then we have a totally new case. What we saw yesterday was speculation and proof that I don't know what happened to my camera, that he harassed her. But sadly, that's how it is. Today again at 10 a.m. See you there.